I'm having a hard time getting back into making YouTube videos because I want to play Spider-Man all the time. It's not helping. Okay, so hey guys, it's Miss Burb, and I'm here as usual with
PB. Hi.
Hey. So Queen. Okay, so Style Queen and Queen Wasp has come out, which is the two parts of the Queen's battle because Maldictator is no longer part of it. So it's
really?
Yeah. So now there's just like a sequel kind of deal. Maldictator isn't. It's considered a separate episode.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure it follows. I don't know.
Probably so, because it's about Chloe's dad.
Yeah, but Queen V totally shows up in that episode. Okay, that's the other thing. Anyway, there's so much to talk about in this episode. I already did like a lore analysis kind of video, but this is for more of like my reactions. Like honestly, when I was making that video, I like cut some parts out where it was like me reacting. It's like, no, I'm gonna talk about this with PB, you know, like we'll talk about this later. So, general thoughts?
I like them very much.
Yes, it was very, very good. It was very fun to watch.
Very much.
Especially, like, the episode started with, like, Adrian and Marinette, like, talking. And I was like, oh, shoot.
They speak.
They speak. Okay, so, as usual, we kind of, like, just go over, like, through the episodes and how it goes. So, what do you think about Chloe's mom?
Oh, my God.
Do you want to go first?
I don't know where to start. You go first.
Okay, in my opinion, I don't like her character. She feels very one note.
Yeah.
But I love her villain, like her whole villain thing. I think it's awesome. But I don't like her as a person. She's also a very, as I said in the lore video, she's very Donald Trump-esque persona.
Oh.
Like honestly, it's kind of.
I see that now.
There's okay, here. So the first thing is that there's the whole "you're fired" thing, like motif that's going on with her.
Oh my God, so true.
You never realized the first thing when she said that, I was like, she kept doing it, and I was like, oh boy, this is exactly that.
Yeah.
There's also the whole thing with like she's married to like the mayor, and she doesn't care about him, or she doesn't care about her daughter either, and feels like a Donald Trump, Melania Trump kind of situation.
I get it.
But it's like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I think her voice is annoying. In English, at least. I don't know what it's like in French, but her voice in English.
I don't like her either. She's so mean. I'm like...
She's so mean, except for like in Queen Wasp, where she's kind of like, she talks to Gabriel.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, she seems more human in that instance than like, oh, you're fired. Oh, you know, I'm fired the queen.
She tries to fire her own daughter. I can't with this woman. And she always gets her name wrong. I'm like, it's not that hard. It's Chloe. It's just Chloe.
It's like, it's your daughter.
Come
like,
on.
Seriously, man.
It's legit four letters, one syllable. 5? Oh, yeah.
It's
8. Okay, it's 5. It's 5 letters, 1 syllable. You can do it.
You can figure it out, man. Anyway, so there's that whole thing. So then there's the whole like fashion show with like the feather hat, and then Marinette switches it out with like a synthetic feather.
Love that.
So that was a good idea, you know. And I mentioned this in the theory video. Why haven't you figured out that it's Cat Noir? They have the same allergy.
I know.
Marinette, get your act together.
He was gone the entire episode. Adrian was gone the entire episode.
Huh?
You can make the link.
So there's that. There's like they had their really, really cute interaction.
Yeah,
and they're like so
she like bumped into him.
They're so comfortable together. But
children.
There's the whole thing with like, does Adrian know that she's Ladybug? There's also that question.
Whole thing.
And at the end, also when like Ladybug brings Adrian back to the fashion show, it's like, does he know? Does he know? Question mark. Yeah. Anyway, so there's all that. So then the fashion show happens, and then Gabriel does it on purpose so that she would get mad. It's like really obvious.
It's quite obvious.
Yeah, so then we see the scene where it's like, she'll be my masterpiece. It's like, does he design his villains? Like,
not always, obviously, because
they have such tacky designs.
People, oh, you mean like the character design, like their clothing?
He says she's gonna be my masterpiece, as if he's designing her, is what I'm talking about.
I think he just means like in terms of being a villain, not in terms of clothing, kind of.
Do you think he like views them as like his babies? Like, you know, like how people they're like, oh, these are my pets, these are my babies. Do you think he views them as like his?
I don't know. No, he's not always very nice with them.
No.
He gets very impatient sometimes. He's like, do this.
But they're like his villains. You know, you hold them close to your heart. I don't know.
So he likes his villains more than his son.
No, he loves his son. He loves his son, okay?
To some
don't
extent.
say that about Gabriel. He's an adorable bean. Well, Adrian's adorable bean. Gabriel is just like, there. It's all right. Coffin theory.
Confirmed.
Whole thing with EMD.
Still don't know what happened to her, but she's there.
We still don't know what happened to her. So it kind of rules out. So the theory I was talking about, it's still lying around. So I still haven't made that theory. So now that like stuff has been confirmed, I can't use it quite as well. So now I'm like upset that I didn't release my theory earlier. So there's a anyway, the peacock theory. So she's not exactly missing. So we know that she's not missing. She might be dead. We don't know, and she might be sick. Is honestly.
She doesn't look dead per se because she doesn't. Because I don't know.
She's not.
She's very well preserved.
Yeah,
she's
but
not decomposing.
Maybe it's a magic capsule that like magically preserves people. I don't know.
But still, I feel like she would be paler or something, right?
She's pretty pale.
She is pretty pale.
She's pretty pale to begin with. So I mean,
I don't know. She might be.
And besides,
dead.
it's a kids show, so they can't.
Yeah, true.
You know.
But I feel like it's more of like maybe she's cursed or something.
That's it. So then that'd fall more into like sickish.
Because I saw this one post where it was like, so it's a Snow White situation, and I
think kiss her.
Because they were just, I think, comparing the coffin that's like transparent and she's just lying there.
Yeah, so maybe it's actually very Snow White.
So maybe it's like a curse or something. Maybe she ate an evil apple.
Actually, I think a curse is a very good way to put it.
Yeah.
Or like at least it's a, you know, it kind of seems to fit with the show. It's like a curse.
Yeah,
you know?
especially
like you have the miraculous.
Since he wants exactly the miraculous and the all of that, so it's kind of magical-ish.
All these So, oh yeah, okay, I didn't realize this before, but apparently he says that he has a deal of some kind.
Oh.
I didn't realize this at first, and somebody mentioned it on Discord, and I was like, wait, what? There's a deal?
He does?
Because if there's a deal somewhere, I think it was like, somebody said something that was like, they have to, and from my own memory, it was like, I'm sorry to break our deal, or whatever. It might have been like, or that might have been actually later when.
Maybe that might be in Queen Wasp, because he vowed, like, oh, I'm going to stop.
Yeah, but isn't that at the... Was it the beginning? It was at the beginning of Queen Wasp, wasn't it? It wasn't at the end of like stuff. It doesn't really matter because it feels like one continuous story.
Exactly,
honestly.
I agree.
So but yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so what happens after that? Oh yeah, so he akumatizes her. Mm-hmm. She turns everybody to gold.
Aubrey. Yeah.
Yeah. Audrey. She akumatizes everybody. She turns into like Statue of Liberty woman, gold version, and she goes after.
She's not all for liberty.
She's not for liberty. She goes after Adrian. Okay, and then Plague runs away to Master Fu, but my question is, why wasn't Plague on Adrian?
What do you mean?
Like, usually they, like, hide in, like, the pockets and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, both of them have, like, a coat of some kind. Adrian and Marinette, they both have, like, a coat. And and the Kwamis just kind of hide inside. Or in, like, Marinette's purse.
In the purse, yeah. Or
That's
sometimes
weird.
in Adrian's school bag.
Why would they do that? I don't know. Thomas must be obsessed with, like, vests or something. Is that what you call it, a vest? I don't know.
Well, I mean, even Alia and Nino, like, Alia has, like, her flannel shirt. So
Nino only has a t-shirt, though.
Oh. Yeah.
So he would hide it in his hat. Okay, that's totally what Nino would do.
He totally would. That's so cute.
Alia, she has a pocket on her shirt, doesn't she? Or, like, in her...
In a flannel shirt, maybe?
Yeah. She could totally hide the Kwame in there. Wouldn't be comfortable. I don't know.
No.
How does
you would see the ball.
Okay.
This is getting a little...
But what I mean, that's just, like, why wasn't Plague on Adrian during the fashion show? I know it's, like, you know, it makes it convenient for the plot, but why? Unless Adrian was just like, you know...
Well, maybe just as a precaution, right? Because he's walking in front of everyone. What if he trips or something?
Oh, okay, and he makes Plague fall out.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be true. All right.
I mean, I'm thinking a little too much, but maybe.
I mean, I'm thinking too much anyway, so yeah, whatever, goes with that. So then she gets Adrian, she gets the dad, and then Chloe's like, hey, I'll be like your assistant. And I mean, it's kind of, I felt like it was brave on her part to like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get close to her, that way I can.
Absolutely.
So Chloe got better in this episode.
She did.
She's such a good girl in this episode.
But
I mean,
it's
she's
also,
a jerk, but.
it's her mom, right? She hasn't seen her in so long.
Right.
If it were someone else, she probably wouldn't.
So do you think it was like, it might have been like part, if it was her mom, part I want to help, and because she knew she had the connection with her mom. Well,
Exactly.
supposed connection, since the mom doesn't care about her anyway, but you know.
So I think it's a bit more emotional rather than, oh, I want to help out.
Oh, okay.
Like, obviously she does want to help out, but but she stands up mostly because it's her mom, right?
Okay, but
I would, in my opinion.
I was just thinking, like, Zombie Zoo, like, she still, like, she figured out how to stop Cat Noir, was just, like, grab onto him.
Okay.
Or she
kissed
like,
him.
well, no, she didn't kiss him. She, like, stood in front of him, and then he latched onto her, didn't he?
Oh,
something.
okay.
So, like, I don't know, it shows that she still has, like, she has a brain. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
she has, like, tactics somewhat, so maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe it's more emotion, like you say. Like,
I mean,
more
it's
of
not, like, it's both things, right?
I don't know.
I guess we'll see how she reacts with her dad. In Maledictor.
Maledictator, like, how she decides to.
I don't know.
It's like, I think it was, in French it was like maledictar.
Okay.
But then in English, because.
Dictator.
Yeah, in English, right now I keep saying it with like the extra.
Yeah, me too.
Dictator, but
It sounds
maledictor.
better.
Maledictor could work.
I feel like it sounds better maledictator. Anyway.
Both of them, both words have like 3 syllables, so they could like. So it would make sense for them. They could take it out. So I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, whatever. We'll figure that out when it actually gets there. Okay, where were we? Yeah, Chloe. So she goes with her mom, and then her mom is able to do that wishy thing with like the, I don't know. She turns into gold, and she like flies around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she's like able to suck up Adrian and like her staff, which is a random power that has nothing to do with anything. But okay, fine.
It serves plot purposes.
Plot purpose. So she goes and she tries to go after what's his name? Gabriel, but then obviously Gabriel's Hawkmoth, so all that weird stuff.
She's not gonna go.
So which is interesting to note because she knows Gabriel, right? So even she wasn't able to recognize Hawkmoth as Gabriel.
You mean like the voice?
Well, like,
because she hasn't seen him.
She hasn't. Well, in Sandboy, at the end, he says, oh, then a weird man started talking to me. And, like, doing stuff. So, it's like the question, can they see Hawkmoth's face? Can they, like, recognize him or whatever?
I think they just hear him, no?
You think they just hear him?
Because if they could see his face while they're in battle or something, then like
a screen just shows up with his face. I'm like, get out of the way! I need to see what's going on. Okay, fair enough. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's like a subconscious. You see his face.
Oh,
you know, like
okay, like in your brain.
You like process different images or something. No, I want like a thing. I want like a joke where it's like there's a screen that pops up. It's like, no, just stop it.
Well, maybe they do see him. What's that?
I keep throwing my phone around. I'm gonna just put my phone here and.
I don't know. Maybe they do see him. I mean, they do get both like the butterfly on their faces.
The butterfly, because like Gabriel can see what they're doing, so why can't they see what Gabriel's doing?
True.
I know he's like the Kwami holder and everything, so you know, I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? But okay, so then they go to the Eiffel Tower, and Cat Noir still doesn't show up, and then Marinette realizes, okay, I'm gonna go find the Miraculous. Oh yeah, and then Style Queen puts like Adrian on like the pedestal thing, and she puts like the shield over it. Again, all these new powers that we never knew she had. And then Adrian starts disintegrating at some point. Yeah, it's like. And that serves no purpose whatsoever. Then in the plot.
Is the shield maybe what makes him disintegrate?
You think the shield?
Like he's like in that little capsule thing, maybe.
Okay.
Because did the other statues?
Nobody else was starting to disintegrate.
Exactly. So maybe that's the power.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
Like the cocoon
okay, so it's like
she
she traps him in there and she starts to make him disintegrate to
maybe.
to try to like force him. He doesn't get very far and it's never brought up any other point in the episode, but I see the idea there. Yeah. Then what happens? So she goes to find Queen Bee. She tries to give it to Alia.
She does.
But how did she drop it?
She drops it.
How does she drop it again though?
Oh, because Style Queen comes and then makes Alia into a statue.
Oh, right. And then Alia, like, saves her.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so then Marinette's like, forget that. I'm going to try to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Use her lucky charm. I love the lucky charm in this episode. Like, putting it on the flag and then, like, swiping at her. I thought that was genius. Like, yeah. I loved it. That was really cool. And, I mean, all she does is take a chunk out of her stomach, but imagine her head. Like, just take off part of the head.
But it was really cool, though.
Yeah, I thought it was really smart.
And the animation, I don't know how they would have gone about.
Maybe they modeled the second version of her and just took out her stomach.
Maybe.
Or made it like invisible because then you gotta like animate her bending and whatnot. Like I remember for the mime apparently they made all the objects real, but then they just made them invisible once they actually like to animate everything, they made them they had to actually model the objects. Anyway. Would be interesting if we ever get to. I would love to be able to go visit their studio or whatever and see that kind of stuff. I want to do any studio for any show. I want to go see that. Except for maybe horror movies, because forget that.
Oh yeah.
And then Plague comes in to try to save.
Ladybug.
I was gonna say Marinette, but yes, Ladybug. And he uses Cataclysm and destroys half the town. Like I was so surprised. Like honestly, I was like. Everything just keeps piling on in this episode, so you're just kind of like, okay, shoot, now what? And then Plague comes in, you're like, okay. And he uses Cataclysm, destroys the Eiffel Tower and, like, Paris. And that's how they win. And that was amazing.
Plague is a destructive little Kwami.
Okay, I heard commie.
Kwami, sorry.
Yes, he's a destructive communist. But, like, it's so... like we learn more about like the Kwamis can use their powers except that it's worse.
So if Marinette were to be akumatized or something,
then Tiki
could still use the Miraculous Ladybug.
True. So there is a way out of this to have a Cat Noir only episode except that Tiki would have to be part
come on,
of it.
Marinette, be akumatized.
Let's go, Marinette. You got no excuse now. Turn evil. But yeah, it seems that Plague can't control it as well as Cat Noir, right? Because he just ends up destroying everything. So I think that's what the human owners are really for, is to just control the power better. It's like be a conduit. So we learned lore. Plague was awesome. All's good. That's cool. Then what happens again? Oh yeah, then Hawkmoth has this like breakdown where he's like, oh no, she failed. What do I do now? And then he looks so dejected, and it's amazing. He looks so dejected. It's so sad for him. Like, because now we see his wife, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everybody kind of already knew it and guessed it, but, like, his wife, man. His wife's dead.
Adrian's mom.
Yeah. And then, like, Natalie, she comes and she does that thing where she, like, hugs him. Okay, I think, like, if he was standing up, I think she would have, like, hugged him or something, but like because the way he was sitting down, he's like all like that, and then she kind of comes in awkwardly from the back.
But it looks so intimate.
It looks very intimate. It's
and then when he does try to get her back again with Queen Wasp, that Natalie looks like so dejected. She's just like,
you think she has a crush on Gabriel?
I mean, there's something going on there,
but like.
Don't know what it is, but there's something going on.
Someone pointed out, who was it that pointed out that like when she's against the door, there's like this like sunburst kind of pattern, which kind of looks like the peacock, like a peacock kind of thing. Anyway, so that could be coincidence or it could totally be intentional. It'd be brilliant
if she is the peacock, like, what's her motivation to help Gabriel if she doesn't want to get Emily back?
She doesn't help Gabriel. She controls Gabriel. Remember?
What do you mean?
remember that, isn't it, like, canon that, like, that basically, Mayura or whatever, Hawkmoth serves Mayura, isn't it?
Oh, like the Peacock Miraculous, you mean?
Yeah. She's,
Okay.
like, Hawkmoth is gonna serve the Peacock Miraculous basically as, like, her sidekick, isn't
Oh.
it? So
she's gonna be more evil than him. Or
theoretically.
something.
I mean,
Okay.
he's pretty messed up to try to,
Yeah.
like, destroy Paris for his wife. But then, he, like, that's it. So then, she feels sad. He's like, and at the end, she's like, okay, you know, why? I thought you were gonna stop. And he's like, no, I can't. And the relationship has been so professional up to this point, and she's even been scared of him.
Yeah.
But then, all of a sudden, I don't know, she feels like she can get
This comes out of
intimate.
the blue. It's just...
We still don't know what their relationship was before.
We don't know.
While Emily was there, so...
Yeah.
And what's her deal?
But something's up.
Something's up!
There's drama there. We just need to figure it out.
Alright, so in your opinion, would you go for a Natalie/Gabriel relationship? Would you be for that?
Honestly, I don't see him, like, in a relationship with anyone because he's so messed up right now. He needs to get some help before he can be in a relationship.
That's a good answer, actually. In my opinion, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting either way.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, at first I was like, nah, like, you know, Emily, Gabriel all the way, but, you know.
I mean, I think it would be a very intriguing storyline to see, especially in terms of, like, the characters. But yeah, he needs to figure out his own life.
Imagine if, like, because, like, it's like a kid show, right? So they have, like, all the teenager kids. Imagine if the grown-ups had, like, a love triangle going on. So, like, the kids are just kind of like, okay, now what? And it's like the villains on top of that. The villains have a love triangle. Is this a show that does that?
There probably is it somewhere. At some point.
Villains have a love triangle. I don't know. That's weird. I'm still not one for love, but this show for some reason, you know. Okay, so then Gabriel shows up for, like, the first time ever. He goes out in public since Emily has disappeared, and he walks onto the runway in the middle of a show. Question mark.
His own show. I feel like you don't do that.
No.
But in his defense, it makes him look really good because his son has just been, like, not akumatized, but, like, turned into a gold statue. And,
I care so much for my son. That's the thing. He cares so much for his son in this episode. He, like...
No, he does care.
Yeah, that's it. He's like, oh, shoot, Adrian, no, I don't want that to happen to him.
Yeah.
And he kind of... I think in a certain way it might also push him to stop is because he's scared about putting his son in danger, right?
That's what he says.
That's what he says, right? So... yay! They hug. Then they hug and it's... Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Alia was like, yeah, and he has, like, Marinette's hat, so that's going to be great for, like, publicity.
Yeah, and then Marinette's just like, yeah, sure, cool.
Alia, I think she had, like, 1,000 viewers on her live stream, actually.
Alia.
Alia's popular, man. She's popular YouTuber. Yeah, boy. Is Chloe really going to be YouTube her Queen Bee things? How is she supposed to get the Miraculous? That's my question, honestly, is that she gives it up at the end of Queen Wasp. Like, how is she going to...
Like, get it again?
Get it back. Like, I mean, she did give it back. You know, like, how Alia at first she was scared of, like, she was just like, no, let me keep it. But then Chloe gave it back, and she was pretty nice about it. And she said sorry! She said sorry, guys!
She's growing. Since, like, Zombie Sue, like, Marinette's been more, I think, sympathetic-ish.
Oh, like, less...
Yeah, because of what, like, her teacher, I forget her name.
Miss Bustier.
Miss Bustier. About, like, what she told her, like, when she was really angry with Chloe and all of that.
It was like, what did she say? What did she tell her again? It was
I don't remember. It was like...
Something happened.
Something kind that made Marinette
Everybody
has
to... Basically, Miss Busier's philosophy is that everybody should be kind to each other kind of thing, right?
Basically.
So, you know that interaction when, like, Audrey and Gabriel talking, and then Audrey's like, yeah, you know, like, Marinette, I'm gonna make you a great fashion designer. And then Adrian just like, isn't that great, Chloe? I'm like, what are you expecting?
yes.
Of course she's gonna be angry.
When Adrian did that, I was like, are you so dumb?
Adrian rubs salt, like, right into her wound. It's like,
I'm like, especially because Adrian is, like, Chloe's childhood friend, right? He should know about Chloe's dynamic with her mom, right? He's been there.
True.
Like,
well,
why
I mean,
would
he... They're not friends, but, like, so maybe he wouldn't know. But still, that's, like...
They were friends. When he came to school, she was the only friend he had.
Right, okay.
They were close.
That's what Chloe said. Can you trust Chloe?
Well, even Adrian was like, oh, why don't you guys like Chloe or whatever? And then he realizes that she's mean.
Well, he knew, though. He was like, I know that Chloe's not the nicest girl. He did say that, though. So maybe... Still, Adrian, what's wrong with you?
I feel like out of everyone, he should be the one to know best, right?
But, like... not even with, like, even without his mom, not knowing with the relationship, like, you know, isn't it great that Marinette, the girl that you hate for some reason, is getting something, you know, and getting to go with your mom, like...
Like, Adrian, honey.
Are you serious? You're a smarter boy than that. So he goes... That's it. So there's that point I wanted to bring up, and,
He poked the bear.
He what?
He poked the bear.
The bear. Oh, is that an expression?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good expression. Yes.
He poked the bear.
And that's when she does the reveal for Queen Bee, right? She like, yeah, I have a Kwami. Now everybody in the world knows that it's Chloe.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it was pretty obvious that she was gonna like make it public, right?
Yeah.
So.
But like Gabriel's face when she unveils the Kwami, it was hilarious. It was just kind of so.
I was like, oh shoot! And then like Marinette and Adrian both are like, what did Marinette? No, I think Marinette freaked out because it was the Kwami the Miraculous she lost. Adrian was just kind of like, what are you doing with that?
Yeah.
Gabriel was like,
and I was like, they're the only ones that yelled before she opened the box. But realize that you are Noir Ladybug, please.
I like the fact that there's like 3 different there's like 5 people there, and they all have different reactions for different reasons. Yeah. Gabriel because he's like the villain, Noir because he doesn't know any better. It's a Miraculous. Marinette because she knows she lost it, and then there's just Audrey, and that is just like, what are you doing? Yeah, and Audrey doesn't care that her daughter got superpowers.
I know.
It's like, okay, never mind the fact that it's her daughter, even because she doesn't seem to know that's her daughter. There's a superhero in front of you, you know? Like, that's the big deal. You want to take a picture with that?
With that?
Well, with her.
Yeah.
Object. So what do you think of Queen? We talked about this before. What do you think of Queen Bee?
I like her. I do like the design for Queen Wasp.
I thought you said that that's what you said. You like Queen Wasp for some reason better.
Well, like the suit, like I don't know. I like better when it's all black and then yellow instead of all yellow and with black.
I like Chloe. Her base. I was too distracted by her eyes for one thing. That, and you can see that her suit has like you know how like in the Queen Bee suit she has like this black thing that, what do you call this? I need a good way to call this without
like a
corset, you know?
I guess.
I don't know, but she has this thing on like the middle part of her body, and it's like still there in a Queen Wasp outfit, so it kind of looks like they just recolored her. Like if you look at the way that it's made, it's like.
Well, yeah, it's just the colors inversed.
Oh, so you think Chloe was even lazier then with her fashion choices? Because it's the person that decides, right? So Chloe was lazy. That's the right way of deciding. I don't know.
Well, she wasn't thinking about the costume at that moment. She's
thinking about her anger
with other stuff
with her wasps. So I didn't like YASSS, but I like Chloe's like transformation. I like Chloe's outfit. Her hair thingies are weird, but yeah, that's it. I think it's so extra with like the two fingers and stuff, and like her, what do you call these?
Gloves?
Her arm gloves that have no fingers. You know, I like those. That'd be a good costume, I think.
It would be. I'm gonna be Chloe.
Oh, you're
no.
There you go. So
No, I might be Queen Wasp because she has dark hair. I'm not blonde.
You could dye your hair blonde if you really wanted to. Or you could
no.
put like a wig or something.
No.
Or you could just like
I like Queen Wasp better.
Oh, whatever. So, Chloe decides that she's going to, well, Queen Bee decides that she's going to do bad stuff and then save people, and that's somehow
at first she just wanted to save people, but nothing was happening in all of Paris because apparently Paris is that safe.
Apparently. But I mean, is there something happening every minute? Like when like in the Spider-Man game, the Spider-Man PS4 game, there's like always a robbery going on. And it's like, do you guys, is this?
I feel like in towns as big as Paris or New York or whatever, I feel like there's almost always something going on.
Huh. So then Chloe's disappointed.
Yeah.
That in the crime-free city.
But they have Ladybug and Cat Noir, so maybe that's why it's safer.
Do you think Ladybug and Cat Noir do like robbery stuff and basic?
I don't.
Basic police.
But
functions?
They have the dark owl.
They have the dark
kittens and stuff.
It's not Dark Owl. It's what's his non-villain name again? It was.
I don't know. It's just
in French. It's just the owl, isn't it?
Yeah. So, the owl.
Woohoo! With like the pose. So she tries to do the metro. Okay, what do you think of her superpower?
The sting.
Yeah, the sting. I like the sting.
I like it, but it's also like for me, it's terrifying because I'm really scared of bees.
Oh,
and I've never been stung by a bee or anything. So for her to have like a giant stinger that just leaves this black hole
it leaves like a vampire mark on like the victim.
Oh God! I mean, it's good that it's scary for me, but at the same time, I'm like, stay away from me.
But like, how useful can the paralyzing ability be?
Yeah, because you have to inject it in them.
You have to inject it, but like, I mean, unless it works on more than just people. Because if not, then the only things you can inject it on is like the villain themselves, and that's like an instant win. Because then you just froze them, right? So
maybe she has more powers. We haven't seen everything.
Well, no other superhero has more powers, except for maybe Moth, because
Oh.
Like Ladybug and Cat Noir don't have any. I mean, unless you talk about Cat Noir's like his night vision and his like weird ear listening things.
Maybe
that show up in Anima, So
maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe she has control of bees, but we just didn't see that.
You think Ladybug can control ladybugs?
Well, didn't
she just like summons them?
Okay, when Tiki's like, oh, you have to go back and get the Miraculous, she says something, oh, well, didn't the magic ladybugs get them?
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, they're ladybugs? Like...
Magic ladybugs? Does she control them? Are they, like, how... Are they affiliated? How do they communicate? What is going on? I need to know.
I think they might just be, like her magic spell, they might just formulate into, like, ladybugs. But it'd be better to think about, like, she summons all the ladybugs in the city. She puts a magic spell on them, so they're all magical. And then they come to her, and then they, like, swoop over and they, like, fix stuff.
That would be so fun. Yes.
Yes. That's the canon version. I choose to believe, okay? All right? It's okay? We're clear?
Yeah.
Cool. So, what happened? So then they stop her. Yeah. Cat Noir makes a terrible cat pun.
Like always.
Like always, but this one was especially bad. Possum? Are you serious? Possum? That's really bad.
It sounds like a possum.
Like possum.
Yeah.
That's better. That's better. Like possum. No, that went too far. So then they have the Metro thing. They sing. Oh yeah, okay. So the other thing was with like Queen Bee is that she has the same power as Ladybug. In terms of, like, they both have, like, a throwing string object.
Oh.
And they both make, like, exactly the same noise, pretty much.
Oh.
When they throw it. So it's kind of like, well, it would have been cool to have, like, a different...
Something else.
Yeah, like, a different style of...
Yeah, I agree.
You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's still... She gets the top, and the top's pretty cool.
It is.
Wait, what was she... Did she say anything? Because you know how, like... Ladybug and Cat Noir, they both, like,
I know
something.
she said something, but I didn't understand what she said.
Probably something like sting.
Yeah.
It must be. So many bee jokes. So then later on, Gabriel's like, oh, I have another chance, and I'm gonna go after, like, Queen Bee. So he akumatizes her, makes her Queen Wasp.
Yeah.
I don't approve of the eyes. but you seem to.
Not the eyes. I'm indifferent to. It's just the rest, like the color scheme and like how everything looks.
Okay, so the color scheme. But,
yeah.
All right, and then we're gonna have to recheck. Okay, but her hair is black. Okay, I'm telling you
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you mind if I check right now?
Okay, we're gonna check right now because PB was telling me before. No, it's like brown, dark brown. I'm like, no, it's black, and it's like, cause not a lot of characters have black hair in this show.
Yeah.
Like Marinette's supposed to have black hair, but she has like blue hair, and the only other character with black hair is Marc.
Yeah.
Marc.
Marc-en-ciel. So cute.
Marc-en-ciel. Oh, he has such a cool name. Like,
It's so cute.
such a cool and cringy name at the same time. But like,
yeah.
So she's gonna check that out. So then Queen Wasp has the same power as Mr. Pigeon, okay? Where she gets to like float on her wasps
Oh no.
and like gets to send the pigeons to go on a
I don't want to see this.
Queen Wasp just brings out, if you just type in Queen Wasp, it brings you to like actual pictures of bees.
Don't look that up. It's ugh.
What, you don't like?
I don't like wasps.
Oh,
bees.
you don't like
I
them at
just-
all? Oh, okay, that's why
no.
you're freaking out.
Yeah.
But and then okay, so she basically has the power of Queen Bee, but like amplified, because she gets to like
Yeah.
sting multiple people.
She does.
Plus, she gets wasps.
she has like a bunch of things.
So it's kind of weird in that sense. But I like the way that they defeated her in this episode by dragging her into the water.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. That
It was
pretty
also
good.
really smart. Like they thought about it.
So you're still looking that up.
Yep.
I mean, do you have anything else to say about that? Like, I feel like we're just kind of like skipping through the stuff.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's because I've talked about everything already in like another video, so now I'm like, okay, nothing else.
What else about this episode?
Well, I mean, then
this is the one that I watched in like 2 minutes per part.
yeah,
so
so
it's
because
like,
why did he do that? I don't. Anyway.
I don't know, because they were taking down all the full
you
videos.
think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's their right.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
We're the ones that.
Yeah, there's that one tweet where somebody sent Thomas Astruc like a link to go watch the episode, and he was like,
No.
"Thanks for giving me an illegal link to go watch my own show," and I'm like, "Oh boy."
Oh my god. He's just gonna get that taken down.
It's like, I don't know if Thomas Astruc would actually do that because he knows that it's like on the internet, right?
Oh,
But
okay.
like, still, yeah. So then, Chloe, she gets detransformed, and then Nadia Shamak is there with her mom on her iPad, which is like, give her some respect, man. Don't broadcast her
Yeah.
mom on TV everywhere, dissing her daughter.
It's so mean. Well, not mean, but like, oh, it hurt.
It's so weird. It's like,
Oh no, it is black.
you see,
Very
it is black. I'm right.
It's just because there's like the little yellow.
Yeah, there's the weird yellow things. I like Queen Bee's design. I like the little black thing that like
Yeah.
twirls around in her hair. It's really nice. Yeah, you know what? Now after I'm done cosplaying Ladybug, if I ever actually get to that, Queen Bee's next, alright?
Yes.
Arena Rouge also has a pretty good design, honestly.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. So then Chloe gives back the Miraculous, and then she apologizes on TV
I know.
in front of everybody. Chloe has come so far. Like, it's believable, too. It's not like, if they hadn't shown Zombie Zoo, it would have been weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, for her to just instantly change. But it's like, yeah, okay, I can believe this,
Definitely.
Good job, Chloe. You've come far.
Character development.
Yes. So, this is how you do a new superhero. You had Zombie Zoo before. Carapace, he had nothing, okay? He had nothing.
He rarely got screen time, and they were like, let's just
Yeah.
fill it up with Nino.
Yeah, Chloe has so much screen time, but I mean, it's bad screen time, but screen time.
Screen time,
So she apologizes, and then Marinette, she's like, okay, so she has the opportunity to go to New York to become a fashion designer, right?
It just popped out of nowhere. I was like, what about the logistics? Where is she gonna live? Is she still gonna go to school?
Oh, seriously?
Who's gonna take care of her? I was just like, think about it.
But her parents were gonna go. I think they were gonna move there because their parents were like, we're gonna open a bakery for the Americans.
Okay, but were they gonna leave with her?
I think they were gonna just like
Like in that plane?
Because, I mean, it's true that Audrey just was like, hey, I'm waiting for her at the helicopter.
Yeah.
Unless, like, it was the entire family that was supposed to go. Then Marinette was just like, okay, stay home.
I don't know.
I was
like, there's so much here.
No, Audrey was just like, okay, come over. She sets her up in a hotel or whatever.
Probably.
I don't know. Audrey probably has that kind of cash to just kind of throw it around.
She probably does.
Yeah, so then Marinette brings Chloe over. And Chloe gives, like, maybe the best line in the entire show.
Okay.
Do you think? I don't know.
Which one are you talking about?
Do you love me, Mom? Why don't you love me, Mom? And, like, it's such an un-Chloe way of doing it. Like, it's actual Chloe. Like, you see her at her base, you know? Yeah. It's like, why don't you love me?
It hurt so much.
It's because she has, like, she is, like, the most hated character in the show. And, you know, so, like, for her to change is, like, a big deal. So I feel like at least one of the best lines.
Definitely.
Like.
I was like.
And then.
Chloe.
Yes. Yeah, and then, like, her mom was just kind of like, oh, shoot, I don't love her, do I? She doesn't know how to love.
Oh, no, she does not. I don't even know how she got married in the first place.
Well, do you want to talk about that?
No.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, so then Marinette's like, oh, yeah, you guys belong together because you're both evil.
Yeah.
And then that was a weird ending for that scene, I find, but
definitely.
And then they just kind of go back home, and then Marinette's just like playing video games.
I mean, they do realize that they're more similar than they thought they were, especially the mom. She's like, oh, she's legit a mini-me. She's a
mini-me. She's evil, too.
She's evil.
I will breed her, too. I will breed her and, you know. Why isn't Chloe a model? Wouldn't she, like, be a model, don't you think?
Yeah.
If Adrian's a model, wouldn't she?
Her mom designs clothes, too, right?
Unless, like, Gabriel only uses his son for anything and he doesn't design any, like, clothes for women. Because if not, I mean, I don't know. Chloe looks... Except for her eyeshadow. She wears, like, blue eyeshadow.
Unless Chloe's dad was like, don't. Although
you think Chloe would, like... if Chloe wants it, she's gonna get it.
Oh,
okay?
Definitely.
There's no way your dad would stop her.
No.
So, overall thoughts on episode? I think
I enjoyed it very much.
I think... There's a lot of character, like, revelation, like, especially for Gabriel and the whole thing with, like, and he decides to go back, you know, and then Natalie's like, oh, shoot, I gotta keep doing this. There's so many, like, except for Marinette and Cat Noir, they don't get as much, like, revelations, but, like, all the other characters do, which is really good.
Yeah, I mean, we get Plague.
We saw Plague, and that's it. So, like, the Kwamis, like Plague got, like... He revealed more information on the Kwamis. Gabriel showed us, like, why he's doing this, which is good. Everybody pretty much figured it out. Chloe finally gets her Miraculous, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think really good episode.
Well, now I'm thinking, okay, so if the Kwamis can use their powers, like, by themselves when they're not, like, when their host-ish is not transformed,
okay,
wouldn't Nuru be able to use his power or something as soon as, like, Hawkmoth?
As soon as Hawkmoth gave him up?
Like, yeah, as soon as he turns into Gabriel, wouldn't, like, Nuru be able to use the power or something?
You mean once, like, he's powering up Hawkmoth? Okay, are you talking about Nuru, like, outside?
Outside, yeah.
But he was stuck in the Miraculous.
Well, is he all the time? Because there's that one time when he's talking with Gabriel and he's just flying there.
Yeah, he was flying, but Gabriel, it was activated. Like, when Hawkmoth relinquished Nuru, he just went back inside the gym.
Okay.
And I would think he's, like, stuck there. The reason why Plague was free was because his ring was gone, essentially, and his owner didn't relinquish him, right?
Oh.
Like, Adrian didn't relinquish him, so Plague could... And he didn't put any, like, weird restrictions like Hawkmoth did on Nuru. It was incredibly weird. So... Oh, okay. So, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. So, I guess I liked Style Queen more than Queen Wasp. Like, I found that Queen Wasp, like, the whole, like, her as a villain was interesting, but not as exciting as, like, the first episode.
Yeah.
It definitely toned down.
Especially since we've already seen Chloe as a villain.
Yeah, second time that Chloe got akumatized.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I felt it toned down a lot more towards the end. So, I mean, this is, like, a perfect episode-ish. Again, you know, second time in a row. Can that be? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Is it
if
illegal?
You want to, for sure.
I would do like an 8 on 10 for like Queen Wasp, and maybe a 10 on 10 for like Style Queen.
I don't know.
Queen Bee.
I just see it as like one long episode, so I would say like an average for both of them, like maybe a 9.
Okay, so we'll give it like an average of 9.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, okay, that's an average of 9. Let's do that. So, anything else to say?
Nope.
All right. So, thank you guys for watching. I keep saying watching.
For listening. Thank
to, like,
you.
this podcasty thing. I also want to thank my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'll probably have their names on screen at some point. Well, like some point right now. And that's it. So 9 out of 10. Pretty good episode. Good job, Thomas, and rest of the team, because I mean we can't exclude the rest of the team and all the writers.
And the animators.
And the rigging people and the special effects people and Zag and
producers and the editors and whatever.
Oh, there's so many people.
Everyone involved.
So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my
listening
in my next episode. Miss Burb out. And PB2.
Bye.